Hey everyone, welcome to DevOps Journey. If you're new to DevOps and have been doing your own research and trying to upskill yourself to get a DevOps role, you might have come across claims that DevOps is actually on its way out and it's actually been obsolete. Some claim that it's been taken over by other roles like SRE, Site Reliability Engineering, and DevSecOps, which is essentially security baked into DevOps role. So before we go into the detail of why DevOps may be obsolete, let's look at the definition of DevOps. DevOps is essentially the practice of bringing IT operations and software delivery or software development into one cohesive flow so that we can have a smooth delivery of software at high velocity and with automated failovers and things like that. So let's talk about Site Reliability Engineering or SRE. SRE is essentially a discipline within DevOps that focuses specifically on ensuring the reliability and uptime of a software, right? So moving on to DevSecOps, as we talked about earlier, DevSecOps is security practices and security workflows baked into a software delivery pipeline. So when we think about DevOps, now we see DevOps as a base layer where we can add other things on top of it, like platform engineering maybe, or SRE or DevSecOps. So if you're skilling up, for example, if you're learning automation tools like Terraform or GitLab pipelines or any other tools like Kubernetes, Ansible, Jenkins, these tools are still going to apply to any other roles that you eventually land, whether it's SRE or whether it's DevSecOps or DevOps. Even if some of the core concepts of DevOps have been merged into other fields, it doesn't necessarily mean that DevOps itself is obsolete. Whether you're doing DevOps or SRE or DevSecOps, you will still need those strong skills in automation, problem solving, and collaboration. It's not just the tools, it's also the mindset, the way we communicate, the way we document our code, the way we bring together multiple silos of teams, the way we initiate new automation workflows and experiment on new tools is what makes us good DevOps engineers or good SRE engineers. So if you're new and you're trying to understand where to start or which role to apply for or which role to skill up for, I would start with DevOps, and I would start with all the basic tools that you can learn. For example, Terraform is a good way to start learning about your infrastructure code side of things. Kubernetes is a good way to learn about orchestration of your software workload. GitLab pipelines, GitHub workflows are other ways to automate your workflow and bring them into, for example, a cluster or a Lambda function. So all these technologies, they all apply to all of these roles. So it doesn't necessarily mean that when you learn something, when you focus on a DevOps role, you're not going to be able to transfer these skills. So that's my advice to you. If you're new and you want to get into DevOps, you want to start with something basic, regardless of what role it may apply for. Last but not least, no, DevOps is not obsolete. It's not going out of the market. In fact, DevOps is actually getting more popular. There are new tools and new methodologies to adopt DevOps practices. For example, machine learning is now revolutionizing DevOps industry. We can now utilize AI and train AI to detect errors in our error logs and immediately create incidents before those incidents occur. So there are a lot of cool things you can do as a DevOps engineer or as an SRE or a DevSecOps engineer. But what we need to remember is every skill we learn is going to add up to any of the roles. So start with the basics. I will link some helpful blogs and helpful websites down in the comment, and hope that helps. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.